Alright, this video is going to contain two parts. Part one of the video is going to be install WordPress and get it ready to install WooCommerce and the Canvas WooCommerce theme. The Canvas theme is not free, however, I am leaving a coupon code below in the description that will allow you to get it free, along with a link to the website where you can get it for free. Just add the Canvas theme to your cart, check out, add coupon code, and it will deduct full price, no credit card required. That said, if you already know how to install WordPress and you want to skip this part, I am breaking the WooCommerce installation and Canvas installation and settings configuration part. I'm going to actually break it off into a second video as well. It's going to be included in this video for those who want to go from start to finish. We intend to install WordPress, install WooCommerce, install Canvas, make some general setting changes before we get into developing the store. However, the install WooCommerce and install Canvas and settings configurations I will also do as a separate video. And you can skip to it, and there will be a link left below to go to that as well. Alright. Hello, today we are going to install WordPress 4.2.2 on a cPanel server. We're going to do this from scratch rather than using an installer, so we can set up a database name the way we want it and various things like that. The end result of this video series will be to create an e-commerce store using a combination of WordPress and WooCommerce. It ought to be an interesting series. I'll try to get 2 videos a week up, so just keep checking back. So anyhow, go to wordpress.org and you'll see the button here that says download WordPress 2.2. When you finish downloading that, come back and we'll continue from there. Okay, now assuming you have a hosting account with cPanel installed somewhere, first thing you want to do is you want to log into your cPanel and you want to click on File Manager. Now we're going to install this WordPress into the root directory of our site, so that way when someone goes to my site, www.mysite.com, whatever the domain name is, they immediately see the WordPress homepage or home blog, however you're going to set yours up. We're going to configure this to use a page later, but if you want it in a directory, for example, let's say you want it in a blog directory, just go ahead and create you a folder. Right here, new folder, name it blog or whatever you want to name it, and install your files there. Everything works exactly the same no matter where you put it. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead, and the quickest way is to upload the zip file. And we're going to upload the zip file right into WordPress, into my root directory. And it's going to take a minute to upload. Alright, WordPress is finished uploading. You can go ahead and close out of that window. And let's go ahead and click on something else here. There we go. There, we got it refreshed here. So we see our WordPress 2.2. You can extract it. You can right click to extract, or you can extract right here, but we're just going to extract it. And it extracted pretty quickly, and we're going to go ahead and delete that zip file. We no longer need it. Just takes up space on your server. And we're going to open up this file, and we're going to take right here, select all, and we're going to click and drag straight into the public HTML directory. And we'll click back on public HTML. And we see that folder is now empty. Let's go back, HTML. Let's go ahead and delete that folder. We don't need it. It's just clutter. Okay, now that you have the files in your root directory or in your folder, wherever you may have it, we're going to go back and set up the database. Let's go ahead and close out this. We don't need that. We'll go set up database. We're going to scroll down and we're going to You can use the database wheel. I like using the regular one here. And I'm going to give my, because it's going to eventually be a pet store, I'm just going to give my database name of pets. And I'm going to give my database username of admin. And of course the password, strong password. And we're going to go ahead and create the database. We may have to go back through to create user again. I think we probably should have created the database first. And yeah, we need to create a user again. So we'll create a user. Once you've created your database and you created a username, you need to assign that username to your database. So go ahead and add it, and we're going to select for all privileges here, and we're going to go back and we're going to take a look, make sure it's set up in PHPMyAdmin correctly, and there it is. You'll notice there's no tables in it. We're going to let WordPress populate those tables. And let's go ahead and look at the database again. And you notice your account gives a prefix to the database name. In my case, it's dev_pets. And same with the username. Mine's dev_admin. It's been applied to the dev_pets database. Now you want to take note of your database name. It's the full. You were assigned part of the name when you created your hosting account. It's the first part with the underscore, and then whatever you appended to the end of that. That is your full database name. Same goes for the admin. Okay. So now what we want to do is we want to go to our front end. Open a new window here. We're going to go to our front end. We're going to go to install. Select your language, and let's go on the next screen. And the WordPress database name was, mine was dev_pets, not pets, and dev_admin, and my password. And leave database host as localhost. The table prefix is WP_. Just leave it that way. And then you'll get the big run install. If you don't get that, go back and check your database information again. And you can give your site a title. We'll call mine Crazy Pets. And we'll call it Pet Crazy. And you're going to assign, this is a new username. This is what you want to use to log in to WordPress with. So I'm going to go again. And you can put an email in me here. I'm just going to put a fake one. But if you want to be able to receive an email, do not put a fake one. This here, allow search engines to index your site. Untick that if you prefer to go ahead and develop your site before you allow them to index it. Personally, I don't care on this one, so I'm just going to leave it as is. If you unticked it, I'll show you how to change that back here in a minute. We're going to go through some general configuration settings to get started with here. So I'm going to log in, and it put my password in. Hopefully it's correct right away for me, because I have set up, I've set up several WordPress installations here. Okay, first thing you want to do is we're going to check the updates. and it happens to be Asmit. That's an important plugin. You'll want to, if you don't have an account with them, you'll want to go ahead and get one so you can get an API key and get that started. It helps prevent spam on your blog. I'm going to go ahead and delete the Hello Dolly one there. So we're going to just go ahead and activate real quick our account, our Asmit account. Akismet account. I've been pronouncing that wrong. We'll go ahead and get the API key. And we'll click on that again. It's free. You can pay, you can donate, contribute if you'd like. I'm just going to go for a free one here. And I'm going to take the slider and slide it to 0 so I don't have to put no credit card information in. And like they say, we now have our shiny new key. We're going to take that, close out of this, and we're going to use that key. Akismet is an extremely powerful spam prevention tool. You can show number approved comments if you want, put spam in a folder, silently discard, however you want. Just go ahead and set that up the way you want. Okay, now let's go look at some settings here. First thing we want to do is create a page. And let's go ahead and trash that one. And we're going to add a new one. I'll call this home page. I'll dismiss that notice there. And we're going to get a little lorem ipsum. And I never bother going in. I just grab the paragraph off their home page. And we're just going to paste that right there. And for now, we're not going to deal with SEO or anything. We're going to install some recommended plugins here though for that. But we're doing this strictly for these settings. If you want a blog, go ahead and create another page. We want the home page to show on front as a static page. We're going to put the blog as an additional page. Leave it blank. You don't want anything in it. Alright, let's go to the settings. General settings. You got your site title. Put cool pets for now. And of course you have your WordPress URLs there. And if you want anybody to be able to register, I don't recommend that, but you can click that. And I'm going to change my UTC to my time, which I happen to know is -5. And select your date format. And weekday for me starts on Monday. That's good. That's changing UTC keeps all the time straightened out on your time, on your blog post and whatnot. Okay, and writing. Default post categories uncategorized. We're going to leave that like that. And correct invalid nested HTML, that'd be fine. We're going to skip the post via mail. You can look that up if you want. There's lots of videos about it. Let's go into reading. Front page. This is where we're going to have our page that we created. And we're going to make our post page the blog page. And of course set post at 10. Feeds, whatnot. Remember, I told you if you unticked allow search engines to search, when it's time for you to let them search, you need to come back in here and tick that box. We're going to save the changes. Discussions. Attempt to note it. We're going to leave that. I'm going to take away pingbacks. That just creates a spam issue having pingbacks initiated. We're going to allow people to post new articles. I'm going to say a user must be registered and logged in to comment. That slows down spam. anyone can post a comment. Actually, let's take away that user must be registered. We'll just leave it. Anyone can post a comment, but the comment's held for moderation. Before a comment appears, comment author must have had a previously approved comment. So we're going to leave that. Comments blacklist. You can change your to Gravatar. If you have a Gravatar account, your logo will show up, or your picture will show up. Other users who post their comments, their pictures will show up next to their comment as well that they have in their Gravatar account. I just happen to like to use that. You don't have to. Media. You're going to upload one picture. When you upload pictures, typically you want to upload just one picture. You want it to be the biggest picture of the bunch. WordPress will automatically make these sizes here, a large size, a medium size, and a thumbnail size. Let's say you wanted a full size of, say, 1500 by 1500 or whatever, larger than large size. Go ahead and you create the full size one. That's the one you upload. WordPress will make these other three for you. And so I'm just going to leave it the default. You can change those sizes if you want them different. It's often best to first have your theme installed, and then we're going to show later, we're going to go check what the theme wants for sizes, and then we'll come in and make some adjustments. Permalinks. Currently it's set for day and time. I'm just going to leave it for post. I want to switch it to post name, where it puts the actual post name in and directory name. It's just a better permalink. This was typically the default here, but we want URL, search engine friendly, user friendly URL. So we're going to go with post name, and we're going to leave the category base as it is. It's fine just as it is. Okay, next thing we want to do is we're going to need a few plugins to do what we're going to do. We want SEO. We want to be able to do SEO, so we're going to look for Yoast SEO, best SEO plugin out there, and we're going to install it. Activate the plugin. Another thing we want is, because we want good stats for traffic, we're going to go ahead and get Jetpack. Jetpack's loaded with all kinds of pre-installed plugins. Whoops. Go back to add new. All kind of pre-installed plugins, but you'll see it right there. Matter of fact, you don't even have to put the name in to search for it. It's right there. Main thing I use it for, frankly though, is I use it for the search stats, and I use it to be able to post when I create a blog post and you have a Facebook page. You can automatically have your blog post go to your Facebook page using Jetpack. We're not going to get into that in a moment. That's something you can explore later. Another thing we want to do is, because we want to use a visual page builder, we're going to get Site Origins page builder. It's free, probably the most popular one out there. Add new. Space there. And there it is. And lastly, the last plugin we're going to put in for during this video, we'll be adding more later, but the last one we're going to go ahead and add now is BackupBuddy. BackupBuddy is not free, but you can get it pretty cheap at pluginforge.com. It just makes it really easy to back up your entire site and your database all at the same time. I'm just going to put BackupBuddy in the search box here to show you where it's at. I've already got it. I'm going to get it here in a minute off my computer and upload it. Oops, I misspelled it, didn't I? this. But you can see you can get it for $10, or you can get become a member and get all the software for your membership. But either way, I would highly recommend BackupBuddy. It's real simple, easy to use. We're going to go ahead and install it so I can show you how to configure it quickly. Okay, I had to pause for a minute because I couldn't remember where I had put the BackupBuddy at, but we're going to go ahead and install it. Takes a minute to install. Alright, once it's installed, go ahead and activate it. Let's go to BackupBuddy. And you just want to click it. And you come to the wizard. So you want to enter a real email address, because this is where you want to get all your notifications at. Create a password. And here on number 3, you can actually set up a remote destination. I highly recommend it. If you have any one of these, I personally, I'm not going to do it on this one. I'm going to skip this part, but I'm going to recommend that you do it. My other sites, I have everything going to Amazon S3. It will shoot it right on over there, and we're going to do an automated schedule, and depending on how active you're going to be, weekly with a daily, monthly with a weekly database might be good. But because we're in the process of building, we're going to be making lots of changes often, I'm going to do a weekly complete backup with a daily database backup. But just remember, if you don't send it someplace like S3 or OneDrive or Google Drive or Dropbox or something like that, it's going to keep saving them on your server, and it will quickly fill your server up if you're not careful. So I'm going to go ahead and save, and it's going to create your first backup. Takes a minute. Alright, now if you want to go ahead, if you did in the settings, we're going, in just a minute, we're going to show how to automate this part. But you could actually send to an offsite backup and delete the local after you're done. You could do that by clicking add a new destination and pick one of those. Set your credentials up, and but I'm not going to do that. So we're going to untick this. Never mind. And I could download it, but I'm going to leave it on the server for now. But you can download your backup file. All this can be automated, so you don't have to come in here and do it every day. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to settings, and we're going to scroll through, and I like to change the notification. We're setting this up for a monthly full backup. I'm going to leave it at that for now. So 45 days is good. If you're doing weekly, I'd set it to 10 days if I were you. And then of course it's going to go to your email, error notifications, and I want to go ahead and I'm going to put an email in the file destination sent and a completed. And we're going to limit the amount of total backups so I don't fill up my server. I'm going to limit it to 3. Full backups, we'll keep it to 3. Database backups, we'll keep it to 3. And files only backups, we'll keep it to 3. Age limit of backups, because we're limiting the number, I'm going to leave that as the default 0. We can ignore these, just leave that as the default. We'll save that. We'll go to schedules, and I want to edit this schedule here. to daily database backup. We'll have it 12:59 a.m. is good, so that works for me. And we're going to no. If you're having it sent to offsite, this is where you want to tick it to delete the local copy so it doesn't fill up your server. So we'll just leave that as is. And schedules. The weekly schedule, this is your full. I want to see what time it does. I like it to run after midnight when traffic's a little slower, but before then. So let's say, we'll say 04. Now we'll make it 01, 00 a.m. Whoops, 01, not 10. 01, 00 a.m. And again, you'd want to delete the local if you're sending it offsite somewhere, which I highly recommend you do. The whole purpose of a backup is to have access to it if your server crashes, right? So that's really all you want to do. You can go in again, you can click remote destinations and set where you want it to go. And you can configure it. All that can be configured to do it automatically. And of course, restore migrate. That's when you run into the problem where you actually need it. We're not going to get into that part now. You can look it up on the internet. Now, I want to go look at the home page that we created, because I want to show you what Yoast did. You'll notice now you can add a search title that you want and a meta description that you want. It pulls your actual title and appends your site name to it, as you notice here. But you can change that if you want. Add meta description. Both of those are very important. Let's go to the home page. And you see that we have set our home page, and we have a big walk-in sidebar. That's because it's the theme that comes in. Let's go look at that real quick before we finish this video. Themes, appearance. We're currently using a default theme that of 2015 that WordPress puts in. They put in these other ones. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these. It's just extra space. Don't need that one. We'll just leave one theme in from WordPress. Reason why we leave it, it's good to have it to troubleshoot with if you run into issues with other themes. So just leave one in. You can get rid of the rest. So that's all we got for now. That's as far as we're going to get on this page. Wow, let's do one more thing. We want to test out our blog. So let's go post, add a new, my first post. And we'll just grab some text here. And we're going to publish. Let's create a category. Test post. Go ahead and create that category, put it in there. And this is going to be a standard post. So let's publish. Go back to the front end. And you'll see my first post is right there. And if we go to blog, you'll see we have a list of our posts here as well. I believe that's under archives as well. So first post, test post. So we're just going to, because this is not the thing we're going to use, that's as far as we actually can get with this video. Alright, today we're going to continue on with our course, setting up WordPress for e-commerce. We are using a combination of WordPress and WooCommerce. And today we want to install us a theme that's WooCommerce Ready theme. It's called Canvas. The theme is not free, but I'm going to give it to you for free with a coupon code you will find down in the description. So you simply just go to the site, pluginforge.com. I leave the link directly to the product. Select a product, add it to your cart, and when you go to checkout, you'll have a place to put the coupon code in. It will deduct the full price of the theme from your cart, and you can check out without using a credit card. But one thing I want to talk about that I forgot to talk about in the previous portion of this video was the Jetpack. You know, we installed Jetpack previously, and it's got a good stats tracking in it and a few other features that you may find useful. But you do need, in order to use the stats part of it, you need to have a WordPress.com account, and then you connect to it here. Okay, it's real simple. Just connect and authorize, and give it a few minutes for the settings to show, or site stats graphics to show up. But once you do get it, I'll show you later, or you can just take a look at it later. You'll get a nice graphical representation of your site traffic. Okay, so let's get started with Canvas. So let's go to Appearance, Themes. If you remember, we have 2015 theme in here currently. So we're going to add a new theme, and I'm going to upload it. There we go. And we're just going to click Install. And you want to activate it. And there you go. So we're going to look on the front end. And Canvas is basically a blank theme, and this is the way it looks from the front end. So we're going to set up menus and all that, and configure some settings. And now we need to add the eCommerce functionality to this site as well. So we're going to go to Plugins. We're going to add new. We're going to add WooCommerce plugin. It's free. Get it from the WordPress repository. Just type in WooCommerce in your add plugin, and just go ahead and install. Activate the plugin. We're going to do a few settings on WooCommerce first, and then we're going to do the settings on Canvas. So we're going to just go ahead and let WooCommerce install the default. And it's going to set up all your pages. If you remember, we had just a one test page. And now let's just go look at pages, and we'll see what it's done here. It's set up a cart page, it's set up a checkout page, it's set up a my account page, set up a shop page. WooCommerce also allows you to add custom pages for whatever you need. We're not going to get into the customization part, at least not at this point in the course. We're looking for the fast, quick setup. But those are the cart pages that are now set up. Okay, so we're going to go to WooCommerce Settings. So we're going to go to WooCommerce Settings now. We're going to just set up a few things. The first thing I'm going to do, I don't like anybody tracking anything here. But so I'm just going to click Don't Bother Me again. My base location will be the United States, and I'm in Florida. There we go. And this particular country, I'm going to only sell in the United States as a pet store. So I just type the first couple letters there to get there quickly. You can sell to all locations if you want. I'm just going to leave the default geolocation address. If you wanted to enable store notice, you could, and create your notice there, like scheduled maintenance coming up, date, demo store, whatever. And my currency is going to be in dollars. You see, with the US dollars, yeah, US dollars. And I'm just going to leave that as default. And all these UK currencies done the same way ours is where you put your symbol and all. So we're going to save changes there. And on products page, US measurements in pounds, dimensions are in inches. I'm going to allow ratings reviews, ratings required for review, show verified owner label for customer reviews. So I'm just going to leave that, and we're going to go up. We're going to save those changes and display. Shop page, this is where you can change. If you wanted to use custom pages, you could. I'm going to leave all the default. Shop page, it's going to be shop page. Page displays your products. Default category display, you could also obviously change that to show products, so categories are both. I'm just going to leave it to show products. Default product sorting, you can choose your sorting here by rating. Most recent, I'm just going to leave it as the default. I'm going to leave all these things as default. Product images, this is where you set your crops at. What we're going to do is we're going to leave this alone for now, because we're going to have to check our theme out to see what size images it takes in various spots. So we're just going to save those changes. Enable lightbox. That's when someone clicks on a picture, it pops up into a lightbox. Inventory. I'm going to enable stock management. Obviously, shipping physical products. If you're doing digital products, you really don't need stock management enabled. And I'm going to leave low stock notification out of stock notifications. And of course, you'll want to put a correct email in here so you can be notified. And you can set your thresholds here. And if a stock is out of stock, then you can have hide the stock from being displayed. In other words, it will just say out of stock at the moment. And this shows you the format, 12 in stock, if you want to display that. So I don't know if I made any changes or not on that. Downloadable products, this is where if you're doing digital goods. Force downloads an option. XXL download, redirect only. I don't know much about the XXL redirect send file. I do know redirect only is the least secure method. Force downloads is what I use. It will bring the download links and all right there in the order for your customer. Taxes. I'm going to enable tax calculations because this is products sold retail. You can have the prices on your storefront show the price including tax, but I'm going to leave mine where you have your price, your taxes added at the cart. Calculate taxes based on customer shipping or the shop base. I'm going to calculate taxes based on the customer shipping address, because if they're not in my state, obviously I don't want them to be taxed. Shipping classes. Shipping classes is something we're going to spend another video on, because we'll be adding various shipping classes of various things. We're going to round taxes at the subtotal level rather than on a per line basis. And we're going to leave that as default. Display prices in shop excluding taxes. Display prices during cart checkout excluding taxes. Yeah, we're going to leave that. And we're going to leave those as default. And display tax totals as a single total. So when they're ready to check out, all their products together will have one tax line instead of all of them having a tax line. On checkout, we're going to allow the use of coupons. I don't really like guest checkout, but you can leave it. We're going to leave it at this point. This is where they don't have to register for an account. But it's just really a matter of your choice. For secure checkout, in this particular case, I don't have secure certificate on this server, but you could force your secure server certificate to be used on the checkout page. And of course, your checkout page, I have cart. I'm just leaving it to default, and then the checkout pages is checkout. We'll create a page later for terms. We don't have one created right now. And we're just going to leave the defaults here. And I'm going to go ahead and enable PayPal. That's going to be default. This is what comes out of the box. You can have a direct bank transfer. You can have them send a check, cash on delivery. If you want to use their Simplify Commerce, you can do credit card. You can extend this functionality greatly. You can go look at pluginforge.com. Look under payment gateways. There's a whole bunch of different payment gateways you can use. So we're going to make sure all this stuff is not enabled. I don't want to enable that. I just want to use PayPal for this particular example. So we're going to go through each one of these, make sure they're not enabled. Did that save? I guess it did. And I don't want to enable check payment. And that's not enabled. I want to make sure PayPal is enabled. Enable PayPal standard. We'll go through here, PayPal description. This will be right there at the box when they go to checkout. You can pay with a credit card if you don't have a PayPal account. I like to leave that. Of course, you want to put your PayPal email there. You can create a sandbox that takes test everything out. You create a sandbox account there. Basically allows you to run credit cards through PayPal without actually charging a credit card. Excuse me. I'm going to leave enable login off. Receiver email. You would want to put an email there where you want to receive notifications. PayPal identity token. This is optional. Invoice prefix if you want to invoice it. If you're doing multiple stores on one PayPal account, you know, PayPal only allows, you don't want duplicate, PayPal won't allow duplicate invoices basically from each store off one account. So you can just, like if I wanted to, I could change this to say PC for standing for Pet Crazy and then appends whatever invoice number. You can send shipping details to PayPal instead of billing, but PayPal, they do the address verification, so I don't recommend doing that. And then address override, PayPal verifies address, therefore the setting can cause errors. Yeah, oh, I got that completely backwards. Address override, that's the one you really don't want to check. You can check this if you want, for your shipping labels, if you're using PayPal for your shipping labels. You can set your payment actions to capture or just authorize if you want to capture it once the order is in the box and out to your shipper. We're just going to leave it at capture here. And page style, we're going to leave the default there. And you get your API credentials from PayPal. You go to your profile settings. I think it's in your business settings. And you can get all that information there. We're not actually going to charge here, so I'm not going to do that at this time, but you go to your PayPal account to do that. Simplify Commerce, I just want to make sure it is not enabled. Okay, it's not. Okay, shipping. We want to enable shipping. We want to enable shipping calculator. This is out of the box. You got flat rate, free shipping, international, local pickup. There's, again, at pluginforge.com, there are many extensions, FedEx, UPS, table rate shipping, which is very popular if you have complex shipping methods that you want to do. I recommend the table rate shipping for that. So that's what it's capable of doing. Hide shipping costs until address is entered. You can do that. We're going to do that. Well, no, actually, we're going to leave that off because we're not doing anything complicated here. Display shipping method with radio buttons. If you're offering more than one shipping method, like if you're selling products, say buy $75 worth of products, you get free shipping. If not, you're going to get priority shipping or whatever shipping. We're going to get into shipping a whole lot more in future video tutorials. But I would do display shipping methods with radio buttons so they can check. It will list all the methods. This here they have to use a drop down, but it will list all the methods for the shipping, and they can select which one they want. If free shipping is available, it will show up. If it's not, it won't show up. So it depends on how you configure your shipping. Again, that's a whole video by itself. Shipping destination, default to shipping address, default to billing address, and only ship to the user's billing address. Again, the user's going to be able to change this. Your customer's going to be able to change this on their end where they want. So we're just going to leave it default to billing address, and they can change it as they're checking out. And ship to all countries you sell. And for now, we're just going to select flat rate, and that's how we're going to start with a flat rate. But we're going to do some more advanced shipping tutorials, but we're just getting started here, so we're going to save those changes. We'll make sure things aren't enabled that we don't want to use. We'll look through these quickly. And I'm going to leave free shipping enabled. And flat rate needs to be enabled. We need to make sure it's enabled. And there we go. And we will get into this a little bit more again in a shipping video. And accounts. Let's go take a look at account settings. See, my account page. Remember, WooCommerce created that. View orders, edit accounts. You could change all these things. Just make sure you have a page for them. Enable registration on the checkout page. And I like to enable it on my accounts page. That way you don't have to put a registration tab. They can just click on my accounts and they will see a place to register if they don't already have an account with you. Display a returning customer login reminder on the checkout page. We're going to leave that. Automatically generate username from the customer email, so their customer email will be their username. I'm going to leave that. You can automatically generate their password too. I know I don't like it when shops do that to me. I prefer to use my own password. Emails is going to be a different video, but we're just going to right now we're just going to leave this as is, and we'll take a look at the default emails on a test order. And you can go through each one of these and make changes to each individual email. Eventually what we're going to do is pull all this stuff into a child theme at a later video so we can make customizations that updates to WooCommerce won't change. But you can do all this. And webhooks is something for more advanced users doing a little programming and stuff. You can add some webhooks here. We're not going to even get into that at all. Okay, so if you have issues with WooCommerce, one thing I want to show you is about system status. And right here, WP memory limit, anyhow, there's a link there to show you how to increase the memory limit. But you're looking here and you're making sure everything's okay on settings. If you have issues, that's the first place you want to go look. You can also get a system report here as well. If you need support from WooCommerce, they do require system report. And of course, you got tools and logs. That's about all we're going to cover there. I want to get back to the Canvas theme, and we're going to check the settings in the Canvas theme real quick. Here we will, in the next video, we're going to get into the customizing our store, but this is where you can make some customizations right here. And we're going to actually, let's go ahead and we want to display dynamic breadcrumbs on our website. And let me see anything else we want to do right at this point. We're going to come back and general styling. General styling, right now, let's go look at it. Right now we have the boxed styling here. I want to change it to full width. Let me see here. We're going to customize some of these colors later as we go along. This is for your general text font stylings here. We're going to leave the defaults, but that's not the only place that text is changed at. There's other places too, because that's not going to affect all the text on all your site. So layout, site width, I'm going to go maximum of 1600. The main layout, I think a right sidebar will be alright. This can be overridden on individual pages and posts. I'll show you that later as well. Footer widgets, we're going to do two. We'll do 2 footer widgets here. And you don't want to check that because we want to leave everything responsive to the enable fixed mobile layout. We don't want the box layout. We just want 1600. That makes the full layout. We can adjust margins and stuff, but really we need to look and see what our site looks like as we add products. We're going to have to add products to our database and stuff before we actually get a good feel for how we want the site to look. So we're just going to go ahead and save this as is. Header and footer. Again, we're going to do custom logos and stuff like that. We're going to, as we build our store, we're going to do that. We're going to be more interested in getting products into the database to start with. Navigation. Again, we will get more into that. See top navigation, primary navigation. We'll just leave the defaults there. So we'll get into more customizing our store. Post. And we're going to leave this, see where a lot of your fonts for your post are actually adjusted here and not on that other one, just so a lot of people get confused about that because they change it in under general settings or general styling and then it doesn't change on their website and they wonder why. Again, widgets, you change some text styling on your widgets here in colors. Magazine template, business template, slider settings. Let's see what WooCommerce has here. We're going to leave those alone for now. Search okay, custom placeholder. We may add a custom placeholder image like I have at pluginforge.com. I have download software now that shows up on everything that I don't have a featured image set for. Dynamic images. Probably just going to leave the defaults here. Yeah, we'll leave the defaults here under dynamic images. Subscribe and connect. If you want to use this, you can enable it there. And contact page. I'm not even going to use the contact page here. I'm going to use a plugin called Fast Secure Contact Forms. I just happen to like it better, so we're not even going to bother with that. And filters, hooks, and we're going to go under the layout tab here. We're going to skip the filters and hooks and the remove 10 thumb and framework. We're not going to bother with that. Load into customizations you make to the layout using the options below. So we can have 2 column left. And we're going to leave that exactly as is. So there's no changes we need to make there. So our settings are done for both Canvas and WordPress. We'll be changing more settings as we go along. But this is just to get you started, and we now have the Canvas theme installed. And the next video, what we're going to do, we're going to start adding products to the database, and we'll cover things. We're probably going to cover product variations as well in the next video. And once we get a few products added to the database, the video after that, I want to get into the shipping methods because we're going to need to be able to ship our products properly and make sure that it's charged accordingly. So those are the next two videos coming up after this one, and I'll try to release a video a week, most likely on Tuesdays. So I'm going to try and start and get to a schedule of releasing videos on Tuesdays. It gives me a week to make it and edit it and all that. But anyhow, don't forget about the coupon code located in the description of this website. If you like this video, how about give me a like, share, comment, or any of the above. And visit skeeterz71.com for more video tutorials on covering everything from web design, graphic design, lots of WordPress videos, stuff of that nature. It's all free. And you have a good day.